Test 1, 2. Oh, there I am. Hello. Hey, Shelly. Just taking a look at your Bear 45. Took me a couple of days. I had to reinstall Shadowplay to get this to work. Okay, so I wrote some notes up, but the main notes were just your starting pose. There's some issues with the bear's shoulders here, and then the guy's hand's not on the bear. So I always work to make sure that my first pose is solid and then kind of move forward from there. And then I mentioned the body kind of just, there's no overlap, so it just stops and then starts up again. The timing's a little strange because it like freezes and then suddenly kind of quickly pops up. Yeah, so it kind of, and then I mentioned that you can't really lift your feet without moving your hips off your foot, and ends up feeling, because the guy, he doesn't really stop the foot. It just kind of slides and then slides. He never weights it or anything. So this person would fall right over, and so would the bear if the feet slid like that. So we're going to adjust that. So I would sort of just start there and kind of work my way through this. It looks like all your actions are here. We just got to work on it till it's looking better. So with the bear, what I noticed was you have some interesting rotation numbers over here, like all these 150s. Whenever I get strange numbers like this and then strange results, and I'm specifically looking like how twisted this arm is kind of in on itself, this side looks okay, but this side looks really strange. So I always start with just zeroing out rotation on the arm to try and get back to normal. Yeah, that's the one. So the forearm and this is called a clavicle, but it's kind of the shoulder. We're sort of in a weird position. Let's see if there's anything strange on the head. These kind of look somewhat normal. Ooh. The bear's head, oh, you know what? I think its jaw is really closed. There we go. I wouldn't close past the gums. So you see how your pose had the bear's mouth closed past the gums? So I'm just going to open it back up a little. And that's probably got keyed, would be my guess. We'll just slide that up. Okay, so now he's back to being a bear. And then we got to rebuild the arm pose so it looks cool. I think you had something along the lines. It does feel like something's wrong here. Auto key on, yeah. Alright. So, yeah, so you see how like everything drops down all weird? So it's like old, no, old, new, old, new, old, new. So I think we then need to grab the bear. My guess is you are animating the bear. It's mostly the same position, except this is a key pose on 50. Oop. I think you were probably keying the bear's arm to keep up with the human. That'd be my guess. I'll play with that more later. Okay, so what do we do with this guy? So there's backing up and then stopping. So I'll check with you when I see you and find out. I don't know if this was on purpose, the super low legs. Let's just pretend, let's assume it is. So I'm thinking I'm gonna. I haven't seen your reference, but I'm just picking to lead with the hips. You could lead with the rib cage or the hips. Doesn't really matter. So kind of go back first, and then it kind of catches up. Okay, and then so we wanna check out these feet now. Let's see. So the character is stepping back. So I'll have him probably step back faster. This probably got, yeah, it did. Okay. Cool. You can tell something went wrong on the feet because when I put the shoe on the ground, I get some weird results. So I'll just reset this guy. Probably. I think that's what your intention was. And it's kind of mid-step, and then, so my guess is I want the foot to land and then the toe first, usually. Okay, that's your weighted position. I think I can figure this out. I just copied frame 10 to 5 on the foot. And then I'll probably do the same thing on 3 maybe. Oh, huh, I get it. Look at this. So you're moving the root, so it causes all kinds of weirdness. Surprisingly, this foot here seems to work okay, but I'm struggling with this foot just because this was animated. So we'll get rid of that. Take this, copy that over. Now we can probably fix this more easily. That's on the ground. That's back. And then we'll touch down on the toe first. And then go down. And then weight the ball. Okay, that's correct. Should look more like that. Okay. So there's the weight. So I think we want the hips to go this way over the red foot. We could even do some contrapposto. We can start it and then push it further here. We could probably just keep your pose and just like do the toe. I'm going to delay when the step happens a little. Start moving the foot but not lifting. I always like to lift the foot a little when we do steps. I have to look at your reference to find out where the height on the foot would be, because I'm not sure what the intention is on the crouch. Okay, so it leans, then steps in, and then over, up and over. Probably want to go down, and then we should be shifting our weight to the other foot. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you got this side kind of okay. But again, let's put that weight over the foot that's weighted. In fact, I think we can probably just move the hips. And go that leg over stretch. Wonder if we can cheat it a little. There's a little bit of wobble. I'm sure it's in the graph editor somewhere. Oh, here it is. I was looking at a wobble in the animation. You can see it right here. It goes whoop whoop. And then I'll just click this guy and go smooth it out. Okay. Cool. That should at least get us a smoother step. So it's kind of looking okay. It's getting there. Okay, so let's see. We covered the step back. We led with the hips and then caught up. We can clean up stuff more if we wanted. We fixed up the feet. It's sort of the same process on the step with the bear to lean the hips out on the bear. Get the weight to shift before the foot steps. And then just kind of go from there. And then, so the next, so yeah, I would start, let's start with just doing this foot step and try and get it to, you know, just fix this step and then offset the hips and then step over, make sure the knees aren't overextended. And then it's kind of the same concept for the step forward. This is kind of its own special problem right here. It's the same idea, really. I mean, this foot is moving, but the person's hips, if you're gonna move the left foot, you gotta like step before the hips move forward. So it goes, yeah, so the weight should be over the right foot. You'll have to tell me what you want the move to be. We could take a look at your reference tomorrow. But my guess is that's where you want the foot to be. I guess we should probably work on this pose first. Figure out where we want it to be. I think this is prepping for the turn. You know, I'm guessing it's more like this, not this. Because so if we go with this, again the foot's in a weird place. Make sure this is on the ground. Oh, there. I kept undoing there because I was pushing the wrong button. I think we could just maybe delete this guy. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of making room by having the rib cage lean back. He can kick his foot out to keep him balanced, and then step down, and then we'll just have to make sure this foot is, see how it like magically moves backwards. So we'll just fix the position on that foot, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah, so I wouldn't worry too much for now. I don't know how far you got on this. I mean, I think you turned this in a couple days ago. But let's just make sure we got no animation on the main root. Make sure that foot is planted. Make sure when the feet lift up, the weight of the character is on the planted foot. And then clean up this pose. So I would kind of do a pass, mostly, you know, just fix the arm on the bear, and then do a pass on this guy, and then we'll go from there. Alright, I don't know how much this helps, but it's kind of, hopefully kind of helps send you off in the right direction when you're working on this scene. I wouldn't worry too much about how the hands interact till the very end. We could go with IK, there's a couple of different solves, but if our feet and our hips are all moving correctly, the arms will kind of take care of themselves. I did mention one bit of advice is you could just hide all the things. Where are they? So ground plane. Oh, you need the pelvis. Should probably put those bear controls on it. layer. Okay, watch this. So this is all the bear controls because I hid all the other stuff. You can see only the ground plane remains. I think I can probably grab all this stuff, put it on a layer, call it bear controls, save, hide. Now I can just go pelvis, and if you want, just make this work. You know, this kind of really simplifies your animation down. And you can tell even in here, like, some strange stuff's happening. And it doesn't look like it's as much to worry about, you know. We can just kind of do a pass through here. There's Patrick screaming in the background. We can just do a pass through here, just fix all this up, and then when we're ready, we just turn on the body, and make sure that's nice, make sure that all works, and then maybe turn the bear back on. You know, it's kind of up to you on what order, but that's one way to simplify all the things down into more of a kind of bite-sized pieces, so you don't get overwhelmed. Alright, well, good luck. See you hopefully tomorrow. Bye.